Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm Eric with Pine Bird at Campbell University, and today we're with Andrew Witzcak and Campbell University Baseball. So, Andrew, tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
Andrew Witzcak, obviously that's been said. I'm from Baltimore, Maryland. Well, Timonium to be exact. It's a little suburb of Baltimore, right outside of the city. So it's been an adjustment here a little bit, just because we're not exactly the most metropolitan area, but I've definitely learned to enjoy myself. It's been great actually.
Definitely. I know coming to Campbell, from a big city is probably a pretty big adjustment, but I'm sure you've adjusted quite well up until this point. So, what year are you?
I'm a junior right now, so I like to think I've been here for a little bit.
Okay, yeah, you definitely had time to transition and make that adjustment from city life to small town.
Yep, small town,
Bowie
small.
Creek. So yeah, Andrew, I know you're a junior. You're from Baltimore. What position do you play?
Left-handed pitcher here, so you play baseball here, so you know how it is.
Yeah, definitely. You lefties are quite catchy. You guys are clear at times, kind of left fieldish, a little out there. But we'll save that for a different day and cut you some slack.
That's good. I need plenty of that.
Yeah, I got you. So I know. We're here today to kind of talk about your road to recovery. I know it's very important to you, Campbell University. Also for these fans too, they want to see you back in action and help Campbell win some games. So kind of give us an overview of your injury and what Tommy John actually is.
I got injured on a start against Charleston Southern April last year. I just kind of felt my whole ligament just kind of tear in half. It's an odd feeling, but recovery's been pretty good. So I can't complain. I haven't really had too many major setbacks to tell all, but can't really complain.
I got you. So I know Tommy John was kind of created after the actual major league pitcher Tommy John. Are you familiar with that?
Yeah, I'm familiar with them. Obviously, once you get the surgery, you're like, oh, I wonder what it's about. I wonder why it's called Tommy John. I wonder who did it. So I definitely did some research. But after the surgery, I think he ended up pitching the major leagues for 10 plus years. So that's kind of the guy who, he didn't invent the surgery. The doctor who did it, Dr. Jogues, invented it. But he was the guy, the first guy who ever got it. And really, really successful too after it. So obviously that's why it's so big.
Definitely. I can imagine. So, Tommy John's a pretty popular injury from professional sports on down to all the way to our youth. The youngsters are starting to get a little, insight with that injury as well. So, just kind of give us an overview of like the recovery process from your actual surgery until now.
Right. Recovery process is tough. You see a lot of kids, 14, 15, have it. And, some parents think, oh, my kid's going to have Tommy John. They're going to throw harder. They're going to be healthy for forever. Yeah, sure, that might be true in some cases, but not all the time. And the recovery process is definitely not easy. You don't really throw a baseball until 5 months after surgery, and then those 5 months you're pretty much reteaching yourself how to reuse your forearm, how to reuse your arm essentially, because you got a couple holes drilled in it and a tendon strung through it. So it's definitely an invasive surgery. So I wouldn't suggest it to anybody who doesn't really love the game, because it's gonna wear you down.
I got you. So kind of, like after surgery, like kind of take us through the progression of to where you are right now.
Okay. Right now I think I'm about 10 months out at this point. I started throwing about 5 months after surgery, and I've been throwing ever since. The progression's really slow. Start throwing at 45 feet, 60 feet, 90 all the way up to about 180. And then once you're done with that, you throw flat grounds, and then after flat grounds, you get on a mound. I've been on a mound for about, I think, 2, 3 months, and I'm starting to slowly progress more, where you get more intensity, higher intensities, you get to throw more pitches, and I think I'm about a month and a half away from being able to face a hitter in about 11 and a half months out of surgery.
I got you. I know. I mean, it sounds like you're getting pretty a lot closer to the end result of being able to get back into game action. So, since you're not really able to, play right now in games and whatnot, what do you do at practice and what do you do at the games?
Um, Game day, I like to think I'm a player until the game starts. I also don't really get to dress out because I'm not going to play, obviously. So I do the normal tasks: shag BP, work on the field, make it look pretty for the game. But once the game starts, I'm in the stands, charting pitches, doing the radar gun, checking the speeds of the other pitchers' fastballs, anything that needs to get done that any way I can really contribute, since I'm not really doing much anyway. So what else do I have to do besides help out any way I can? And then practice-wise, that's a little different. I'm pretty limited when it comes to that because my throwing program is pretty strict. So every day is kind of, you do this, you take a day off. You do this, take a day off. You do this, and so that's the part that really stinks sometimes. That I'm stuck in this throwing program that I have to do, and I can't do team defense. I can't throw 300 feet like some of the guys go out there and do. I can't throw off the mound 3-4 times a week, and I can't compete in games either. So that's the part that really just kind of drags on you after a while. But that's all part of the process at this point.
Yeah, definitely. I think, in certain ways it's a setback, but at the same time, I think there's a lot that you can learn from it. You can get, stronger mentally. You can work on mechanics a little bit more and just kind of fine-tune your craft. So as long as you keep the positive aspect to it, I think you'll bounce back just fine. So just, kind of take us through, like, a normal day as Andrew Witzcak when it comes to, recovery and stuff with your Tommy John.
Normal day. I don't think I have a normal day. I don't feel like I'm a normal person.
Yeah, you're right. You're lefty. You're not normal.
Not at all. I've heard that plenty enough. But normal day for me, depending on if you have weights before class, get up, go to class, study hall, try to get into rehab as much as possible with our athletic trainer Brian. Try to get in there as many times I can a week, hopefully like 5, 6, 7 times. Then just sort of take care of stuff that I usually wouldn't take care of before I was hurt. I try to stretch more, foam roll, take care of my body. Just because you realize that there's so many things you missed when you're out that you could have done that might have helped yourself not get injured before.
I got you.
So that's something that I try as much as I can to, not instill in pretty much instill in myself that, I might have missed some stuff that I could have done along the road that could have helped me out that I wouldn't be put in this position.
Definitely. I can agree with that and kind of understand, especially through, like I said, this whole process. It sounds like you've learned a lot more about yourself. And, through ways to take care of yourself, through ways to prevent future injuries, and just, you seeing your body more as an asset, knowing that it's very valuable to you to help you win and help you pitch, at your peak performance. So, throughout all of this, like, how are you staying positive through it?
I don't want to be the person that lives for end goals and stuff like that, because that just seems wrong. But that's the only way I've been staying positive through this is you think about down the road, in a couple months I'm going to be throwing 100%. I'll feel fine, because it's a long road. It's a long recovery. So it's hard to think about it day by day. You have to take it day by day when it comes to prepping and doing your throwing, doing bands, trying to do your rehab as much as you can. You have to take that process day by day. But what really keeps me going is looking at the end goal. What happens when I'm finally done all this stuff that I've been put through? It's going to be worth it all. That's what I have to think in the end, because that's why I'm here. I would have quit if I didn't get the surgery. I would have just packed it up and gone home. So that's all I got to look forward to now is getting back.
Nice. I know that's obviously your ultimate goal. Got to keep the big picture in mind, but as you said, you also got to stay focused on the present moment, because those present moments is going to help you prepare to be ready for that end result, that end goal, that big picture, that final / beginning moment of when you're back in action at 100%. So, you know what, Andrew, thank you a lot for your time today. It's been awesome. We wish you the best in the rest of your recovery and the whole process. And again, this is Andrew Witzcak. and I'm Eric Gaylord with Pine Bird at Campbell University. You guys stay tuned for our next feature with Campbell University Baseball.